Slowness to make decisions is costing your business profits. A study by Bain across 800 companies showed that there is a correlation with financial results at 95% with a business's ability to make decisions fast. Most companies score at 28 out of 100 points, whereas the top performers scored at 71 out of 100 points, which is nearly 2.5x in untapped capacity that your business can achieve and increase profits and revenues for its own growth. Another common error is bureaucracy within your organization, your team, key decision makers, leaders. When you have bureaucracy and there's a chain of command in order to make some sort of key decision, that also bottlenecks and constrains how fast a decision can be made. So decisions literally produce money if you can make them faster. If bureaucracy, leadership, and people are the constraint, then the question is, how can you increase the throughput of decisions being made on a daily basis inside of your business to produce more revenue and profits? Unless you want to be like the bottom performers in this study that are missing out on an additional 2 to 3x financial results they can generate, then the solution becomes how fast can you make decisions and produce results in the shortest amount of time. Slowness at least will cost you 5% in annual revenues. For instance, if say you are managing a sales team, you're getting booked calls, but they're scheduling out in weeks in advance, days in advance versus on the same day or within an hour or less that you're calling them and trying to close a deal. Did you know that if you contact a lead once they schedule and book a call with your business or service, that you are at least 100% more likely to 500% to close the deal if you get them on the phone call? That is insane, and that's literally like free money. And the moment an hour goes by, they are 7x more likely to convert less. And it drops down even further past day 1, 2, 3, which is why there are a lot of service providers out there. They don't like to book too far out in advance. There's only a very short time window where you have the highest conversion rates. Anything beyond that, people tend to no-show, not convert, or honestly, they just forget why they booked you in the first place. And the kicker is that average B2B responses with leads take up to 42 hours, which is insane. Especially if you're doing all this manually, or you have one person doing all this, two without any softwares or systems, you are significantly dropping the conversion rate of what a lead can produce for your business. Anywhere from how much you're making per lead and how much your business is actually generating in revenue per week, month, day. And did you know that 80% of deals go to the vendor that the buyer actually contacts first? And if you have an inability to actually close the deal, serve the customer, then you just miss out on a free sale. Like, you literally have the highest conversion rate, but if you cannot serve or fulfill the person in time, then you're missing out on some serious money. And this first contact usually happens when the person is the most aware of perhaps their pain point, their intent, and they're perhaps ready to make the decision right then and there. So it usually happens in a research mode because they're active and actually looking for someone to help solve their problem. And if you are in the game and you are the person that they contact first, then you, by odds, just have the highest conversion rate likelihood. But if you forfeit that because you don't have enough people, your people are slow, or the decisions don't just get made fast enough, well then you're missing out on a ton in revenue. But the thing is, just because you have faster decisions being made doesn't mean all these decisions are effective. Like, imagine I responded back to a prospect that contacted me, but I have no system in place in order to know how to process this prospect. Whether there's a follow-up, what do I do with the follow-up? What do I do with the lead? If all this is missing, then sure, you can have things actually still happening. Maybe they're producing some sort of result, but if you want to be a top performer in your space, not only you need a combination of fast throughput, but also strong systems in order to increase your overall conversion rate and how much you're actually producing in revenue. So it's a combination of speed and decision quality. They both reinforce each other. And high decision effectiveness grows businesses faster over businesses with low decision effectiveness and speed. But the thing is, you may already be constrained. You may already be bottlenecked by not having enough to reinvest into more people, more systems. So what do? This is where AI agents come in place. For a fraction of the cost of the people that you currently have managing these leads, or whoever's producing your content, managing your schedules, editing your videos, all this costs real time and money. Also too, not to discount that, but whoever you hire, they may not always be the best candidate for the role. So the way you get over this stuff is with an AI agent. You know exactly what it is that you want in a certain area. Well, then you can always just ask or even prompt these agents to go out and do their own research to build out their own skills and capabilities to produce results that you want. So for a fraction of the cost and time, you can get results much sooner versus training people over months and showing up each week with headaches of why aren't you doing things faster. And you can have these problems solved with agents running your business. Because the thing about agents is they get jobs done and as fast as possible and as cheap as possible. So for instance, in B2B, if the average time to respond to a prospect is 42 hours, you can have the same lead have a response back in 5 seconds with an AI agent if you have the proper systems and automations in place. And the thing is, the person's already there on the platform. You can do your whole entire qualification process right there. In fact, you can even get the AI to call them and qualify them if they even make sense to hop on with a closer. Remember what I told you earlier about simply increasing your conversion rate by 100 to 500% if you just simply hop on the call within minutes of someone contacting you? Well, this is exactly a perfect area where an AI agent can come into place, where a voice agent calls a prospect, schedules them to come into your business, or maybe closes the sale right on the call when they're hot and looking for a solution because they're very pain aware, or at least they're solution aware of them coming to you. They've done their due diligence. They saw your ad somewhere. They found you probably somewhere organically, or maybe even were referred to you. So why not just close them and take the sale right there? Why are you forfeiting your lack of slowness for a potential sale that could be made like that? And when your business becomes more AI centric, and I know some of these examples I'm talking about are around B2B sales or things like that, don't think too limited that this is just a B2B. This can also be B2C. This can be in terms of like how you're editing and importing products to your store. This can be how you're editing all your image ads to be put up on Facebook. This can be how you are actually researching pain points that are very specific to your buyers, where the agent can then frame image ads on Facebook. Or it could be to dig through a haystack of various customers you're serving so that AI can assess all the data that is coming to your business, figure out which ICP is actually producing you the most revenue, and then restructure your whole entire Facebook ad campaigns to be targeting the very specific buyer that sticks with you for the longest amount of time and pays you the most amount of money. Wouldn't you want the right buyer that pays you the most amount of money versus people who just pay you pennies? Of course you want the best buyer. And normally, in outdated systems, ones that are very human-centric, a lot of this takes a lot of time and requires quality candidates to be able to even have the skill and ability to execute these sorts of functions in your business. Whereas if you become more AI-centric, you have sub-agents that are on a magnitude of 100 orders more smarter than humans at this point, and they're only getting smarter from there. You can not only increase your throughput and the time, how fast decisions get made and things get done for some sort of result, because at the end of the day, what we're paying these agents for is just jobs to be done. And the best part about this is you increase your profit by default as an extension of becoming more AI centric. So rather than you being the bottleneck or someone on your team being the bottleneck for some sort of process in your business because you just have to research something, you have to figure out how to apply a skill, you have to do something, you have an AI agent at your disposal to handle all this for you. And because they cost a fraction of what it costs to have a human on site, you have an AI agent that is significantly more powerful, that most likely that can be trained on what to say, that can follow a very specific process each time with near 99% accuracy if you train it right, that can have responses that are near instantaneous, and that in the long run increase your profits and decrease your overhead. I know that was a lot there, but if there's one thing you can take away from this video, it's really just speed. How can you increase the speed of how fast things are actually happening in your ecosystem? Because the people that are getting ahead, they make the decisions the fastest. So you need a combination of speed and decision quality, which can completely be taken care of by AI agents who handle the work. So ultimately, at the end of the day, you're working on your business and not within it. This is what an AI agent can do for your business. If you'd like to know where you can potentially buy back some of your time, I have a free AI audit tool on my website. The link is in the description. It takes roughly 60 seconds to fill out some information about your business, where you can get an instant report on where you can buy back some more time to fully automate with an AI agent. It's in the link below. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel, like this video. Also, let me know what else you'd like to see. That'll be all for this one. See ya.